Okay, now we've started. A couple seconds into it. So I decided this time I would do a book review because I've been thinking about doing this for a while and finally got a chance to. It's actually 3 books in one, but I just finished the last one, so I was going to comments. And this is, let me make sure, it's Confessions of a Prairie Bitch. It's the third of the 3 books I've read by the girls who starred in Little House on the Prairie. Yeah, I didn't like the show. Most people who know me know that. But I'm so into Little House on the Prairie, and pretty much everyone else who's into it has been reading them, and so I didn't want to feel left out. Yeah, why not to give in to peer pressure? Only about 3 hardback books that I had to bring back on a plane from Laura Palooza last year. Yeah, not good. So the first one was Prairie Tale by Melissa Gilbert. How to describe it? Lindsay Lohan, 20 years before Lindsay Lohan. I mean, really? Did a lot of stuff out there. And a lot of people. Just her life, dealing with her mother and her 2 husbands. Her mother, very interesting in the fact that she seems to have viewed the 2 of them as a joint effort, and so that entitled her to half the money. I don't know. It struck me as very manipulative. I think, again, it's a little off because since I finished reading the book, she and her husband are separated, so maybe they're not quite as happy as it says in the book. But it was an interesting book. Next one, and I don't see where it is in my bookshelf to see the title, but anyway, it's Melissa Sue Anderson's book. Okay, actually, it's boring. Really, really boring. It's based, I should say that, but basically it's each episode that was Mary was the focus of, and it breaks it down, and you're reading, and you're reading, and you're waiting for the behind-the-scenes information, and the chapter ends without finding out anything more. Very odd. Doesn't tell much. She didn't get along with Laura or Nellie, the actresses. She does have a couple passive-aggressive comments about them. One about how Melissa Gilbert's parents requested that in her trust fund be put less than the legal limit, and because her parents and grandparents were well connected in Hollywood, the judge granted that. So that's a little odd. Talked about a little bit how she has a family, but not how she met her husband or much detail about it. I'm guessing to keep their lives private, but why would you write a book as an autobiography if you're not going to tell much about your life? So that, I don't know. It almost reads as a DVD companion rather than an autobiography. Then the last one, the one I held up, Allison Ingram's. Wow. She survived her life. My gosh, the amount of abuse that was in there. There's a whole lot. The only thing I can say, and I think she's reconciled to it, is her parents were very blasé when they found out about it. Oh, your brother abused you. Oops. Really, that's the result of theirs. Her father was glad when she went on TV to talk about it because it was from free publicity. And I just wonder if you're in the situation and I don't know, I think it could put someone who's been in the situation, make them angry. And she's like, well, this is just the way it is. My mother wasn't the ideal brownie mom, which many people aren't. But so she wouldn't let her be in brownies because, hello, that could have interfered with happy hour. And that's how her mom was, and that's okay. And yeah, that's not okay. The woman just didn't treat her right. So that's basically going there. She definitely gets into more behind the scenes stuff. One of the things I could say too is because I know Melissa Gilbert got some trouble because she talked about how Michael Landon's coffee mug wasn't filled with coffee. It was usually filled with, I think, vodka. Anyway, but she talks about how they went through cases of beer and all the alcohol that they went through on the set too. So, which I think I had heard a long time ago. I know that there were people who were like, oh my gosh, when Melissa wrote about it, but I had known about that in some ways before, so I'm not really sure why that was revealed there. Uh, so she's very anti Melissa Sue Anderson, Mary. Easier to refer to them by their characters and that. One thing I could say about all three of them is they're so glad Michael Landon went off the story of the books. Obviously, that's an issue for me, loving the books. I think that's one of the low points of the TV show, that there was so much that could have been done, and that they ignored it disappoints me. So that's that. I'm trying to think what else she talks about that would be interesting. But basically, my reaction is at the end. I know my friend who has the Prairie Rose, I think is what she posts on her blog, is how she thought Melissa Gilbert was someone she would have been friends with as a little girl. And I think she could have been probably one of the more interesting ones. I could see as a parent that Melissa Sue Anderson would probably be the one that I would want my kids hanging out with, or probably as tight to be two shoes. I think that she would probably be the one I'd hang out with, and I can understand how the two girls with their, Nellie and Laura with their complicated family, how they didn't get along with Mary is because Mary's family seemed a little more normal than the rest, so I think her parents kind of kept her sheltered, which is probably a good thing. I don't know how to describe it any more than that. If you're interested, read the books. You have any questions, or if you've read the books and what do you think, post it below. Hopefully I'll get this posted tonight. I got another blog that I posted, and then of course I've not managed to edit into all the links and everything. That is coming. That will come. So, other than that, I'll talk to you later. Bye. I said that on the phone and now I'm saying it on the blog. Interesting.